Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about reps. Let's talk about reps, baby. See what I did there? Managers, agents, of course. We all want them, we all need them. We all want the big ones. Here's why, here's what you should think about when trying to attain a rep. I'm not going to give you the differences between agents and managers. This isn't some sort of a step-by-step process that if you follow it to the T, you're going to get a rep. Anybody who tells you that is probably just trying to sell you a course on that. There are good ideas. I'm not saying you shouldn't buy courses. I'm just saying, when you're landing representation, they're people. You don't push a series of buttons and then suddenly they activate and become your rep. So I want to talk about the things to keep in mind for actors and other creative professionals, directors and writers, just the same. First of all, why do you want one? Why do you want an agent? Why do you want a manager? Do you have enough work? Are you making money as an actor? Or is there no work coming in? And that's why you think you need an agent to get work? Have you done no budget or low budget or small budget things or little business commercials or small, short films and stuff like that? Are you hustling yourself? Are you on all the casting websites? Do you have a reel? Do you have headshots? Are you an experienced actor? Do you have a couple of blips on your resume already? Because before that, go back to the video about being selfish that I made and think of it this way. That don't be selfish carries across everything that you do. Why would a rep want to work with you? So now you need to start looking at everything the other way around. In auditions, in talking to general meetings with casting directors and agents and managers and all that stuff. Always, always, always criticize yourself. You need to be your toughest critic. Why would anybody want to work with you? Seriously sit down today and ask yourself that question. What makes you unique? And not, because I'm talented and I deserve to be a star. So do the other 1 million actors in freaking Los Angeles alone. Why are you special? I don't know. Figure it out. Okay? This is an industry that thrives on uniqueness. They want that thing. They want that unique new thing. Give them that. Anything. And if it's, not... I'm not saying you have to be unique like... so different that everybody's just like, wow, I've never seen anything like that before. Just bring a new spin, bring your personality. What makes you you? Emphasize that and put that into your marketing materials and blah, blah, blah. I'm digressing slightly, but it has to do with the fact that why would an agent or a manager want to work with you? Okay? They want to work with you because A, you can make money, because that's how they make money. And by the way, any agent, big warning. Any agent or manager who says, pay me now, and I'll put you on my roster, run for the hills. Agents don't get paid up front. Managers don't get paid up front. Managers and agents make money with commission. 10, 15, 20, whatever the agreement is that you guys have. 15 is pretty standard percent of what you make. Okay? You make a $10,000 job, they get $1,500. That's how it works. So anybody who says, give me $1,500 now, and then I'll get you a $10,000 job, you're not going to get that job. So if you're crying because your agent hasn't gotten you work, and he's the kind of agent, or she's the kind of agent who you paid up front, that's a sign as to why. They made their money. Peace out. So here's the other thing to look out. How many people do agents and managers have on their roster? I'm not saying people can't manage much over 100, but if an agency can have several hundreds or thousands of people that they represent, but each individual agent, and when it goes over 100, 150 people that they represent, you could start looking at it and say, like, wait a minute, does this person even have time to look at me? Does this person even know who I am? There's 150 people on their roster. I need to be pretty special for them to care about me. So look at that. And then when it comes to getting the agents and managers, okay, there are more managers out there than there are agents. So sometimes, or most of the time, it's easier to get a manager than it is an agent, and managers know agents. So there's probably a couple thousand managers in the LA area, and each manager works slightly differently, has different, whatever it is, strengths and weaknesses and sizes, and some managers aren't even managers. They might be producers who are helping actors. They're just managing careers. They're helping. And some are very serious management companies that really have this sort of management craft figured out, and a good network of people. But a manager's not allowed to solicit work legally. That's what makes an agent different. So there are less agents. You have to have a certain, certification process that you go through to become an agent. So when you are looking for representation, you don't have anybody, it behooves you to maybe first look for a manager, and then they can maybe help you find an agent, even though that might seem counterintuitive, because it's like, wait a minute, why would I get somebody who can manage my work and manage me and help me strategize and all that stuff when the agent's the one that can actually get me the work? Seems weird, but agents are more rare. So think of it that way. And a lot of times nowadays, just to be honest, managers, they don't get you work, but they introduce you to people who through casual conversation might end up working with you. So that's, now I actually did distinguish a little bit the difference between a manager and an agent, so I wasn't going to go in there. I don't have that much time today. I have a lot of phone calls to make. But basically, what was I trying to say with all this? Such a tangent. What a tangent I went on. It's relevant, but not what I wanted to go through. So when you're looking for reps, are you worth representing? Like, go into your bathroom and look in the mirror, and not in a like, are you worth living? Not in that way. Look at yourself and say, are you worth representing? If I was a manager and an agent, would I fight for you? And if the answer, if you truly, truly think yes, then, and it's not, okay, so here's what you need to ask yourself. Is it just because I think I'm talented? Because then the answer is no. Is it just because I'm trying hard or I'm willing to work hard? The answer is no. Is it because I look good, I'm pretty, I'm sexy? And no. Okay? Those are all important things. Not am I willing to work hard? Am I working hard? Am I talented? Am I honing my craft actively? Am I worth representing? Do I care enough to have great headshots, fresh ones? Am I investing? Am I hustling? Am I producing scenes for myself? Am I hustling up jobs? What am I giving my manager or agent to represent me? They're the mediums between work and pay for you. What are you giving them to get you that work? A random general reel that has no acting on it, some clips that you did in the 80s, and the headshot that looks like, somebody else? Sorry, but who the F would want to represent that? When you come to an agent or a manager, and you're talented, and you're worth representing, and you look good, and by good I don't mean pretty, I mean you have a unique thing about you. You have a thing that you do, you have that gleam in your eye, you have something. Those are all things that contribute. But the main thing that matters is what can they do with you? So this starts back in your own self. Do you know your brand? Do you know what you're good at? Do you know your range? And do you know the parts that you're after? If you do you have assets that can get you there? And do you have a strategy? Because there's a video about strategy. Go watch that one too. You are the locomotive of the train that is your career. You're the conductor. You're not the locomotive. You're the conductor. You're the person who drives the ship, right? They're your engines. They help you along those tracks that you laid out. They're not the ones who are making the tracks for you. An agent isn't necessarily going to say, like, a manager will help strategize with you, but you need to know what you're going for already. All right? So you need to have something for them to start on. It's like going to, let's say, walking into Coca-Cola and saying, I want to be your new agency. I want to make your commercials. Okay, cool. Show me what you've done. Oh, I'm just willing to work really hard. We're Coca-Cola. If you haven't represented Pepsi and you're bringing us their secrets, why would we work with you? Same with an agent. Why would they work with you? Do you know where you're going? Do you know what you need from them? Do you know what to give them to help them get you there? If not, spend some time figuring that out, okay? Work with agents and managers. Try to get meetings with agents and managers who seem relevant to you and who might have a place on their roster that's, for you. So look at who they represent. And if you are a Asian American 30-year-old man and you're sort of a funny guy and you go down their roster and they have 3 dudes like that, don't even reach out to them. They have that. If they have no Asian American men who seem funny, you can hit them up and say, hey, I see you work with shows like, I'm blanking. Any sort of slice of life, modern family type comedy show or family show or whatever. I see you have a couple of Asian women and, but I don't see an Asian dude in his 30s. That's kind of funny. I'd be perfect for those shows. I'd be perfect for your roster. Can we have a general meeting to see if I can add value to your company? Now the agent or manager is thinking, oh, add value. Maybe we can make some money together. Is this person working already? I don't know. Maybe I should check out their material. Oh, they're not really working, but solid reel, good headshots, knows who they are. Let's talk. Make sense? Know who you are. Strategize. Build your assets. Hunt. Hunt. Don't sit around waiting for people to discover you. It's not going to happen. Okay? You need to do it yourself. This is a self-driven industry, and even when you have a rep or reps, don't expect them to be the only ones that get you work. There are some actors I know who get almost all their work from their agents. There are more actors that I know who get next to no work from their agents. And I'm not saying that's normal or good or it should be that way. Ideally, it wouldn't be that way, but that's the way it is. So if they're not getting you work, you need to go out and get work. And if the agency or the manager is not a good fit for you after a few years or months, then break up and find a new person. But keep driving your own career forward. This is never going to stop. There are very famous people who don't have representation because they just realize that they should just manage themselves because nobody's going to work as hard as you. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't get a manager or rep. They can do magic for you. But realize that they get paid off of your work. So if you're not making money, they're not making money. Okay? If you come in never having made money, they're not eager to discover and develop you. That's too much time because they need to make money not just for themselves but also for their agency. And they have a certain quota that they need to bring in terms of commissions so that they keep their jobs. So if you're an agent and you work for a big agency, you need to make money for the agency or the agency will fire you. So you can't go around discovering and helping a bunch of people who would-bes and wannabes. Go out and be yourself, drum up some cool work, know who you are, and then go get a rep who's going to amplify that and turn it up on steroids. If you're really hardworking, you'll get there. So that's my stuff for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Let's talk soon.